Finally, Rasaka made his move and launched an attack at Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. The hunter managed to parry the blow, but once again he couldn't penetrate the creature's tough scales. And so Hunter Sung Jin-Woo found himself facing a monster far more troublesome than any he had encountered in this dungeon so far. He began to circle the beast, studying it, carefully trying to find a gap in its defenses from different angles. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo still didn't understand how to pierce Rasaka's scales, while Rasaka continued to attack him without hesitation or fear. Once again, Rasaka managed to catch Hunter Sung Jin-Woo off guard and landed another strike. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo once again managed to parry the attack. However, as it turned out, this strike had been extremely dangerous. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo barely managed to dodge the punch, but since Rasaka moved like a snake, her movements were highly unpredictable. Despite his efforts, she still managed to catch him. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo barely managed to dodge the punch, but Rasaka with her serpentine agility moved in a way that was highly unpredictable. Despite all his efforts, she still managed to strike him. After that, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo fell to the ground. Even after enhancing his skills and becoming stronger, he realized that it still wasn't enough. Yet he didn't give up hope. He got back up and continued to attack Rasaka, hoping he could find her weak spot. Then he remembered his past self, specifically the conversation he once had with Mr. Song. In that moment, Mr. Song had spoken about how Hunter Sung Jin-Woo was known as the weakest hunter, and he had urged him to try harder to break free from that nickname. And then Sung Jin-Woo was seen fending off Rasaka's attack. But suddenly she managed to strike Hunter Sung Jin-Woo once more. He barely managed to parry the attack, but even so he couldn't stay on his feet after that powerful punch. And so, determined to rid himself of that humiliating nickname, he pushed himself to keep going. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo went on the offensive, desperately trying to defeat the dungeon boss. But with only a broken sword, just the hilt and a fragment of the blade remaining, it was clear that overcoming such a powerful enemy would be incredibly difficult. Rasaka's strength was nothing compared to the power of the monsters in the double dungeon. In that place, they had no choice but to surrender and lower their heads in the face of overwhelming danger. The Dream Hunter continued to recall moments from his past life, among them the memory of the enormous statue in the double dungeon. That statue was so powerful it could have wiped them out at any moment. Faced with such a force, they had no option but to submit and bow. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo was once again reminded of Hunter Kim's betrayal. He recalled how Kim had once spoken about looking up to him, how he never expected someone like Sung Jin-Woo to achieve anything. And yet, just before the betrayal, Hunter Kim had thanked him. But in that moment, none of it mattered. After all, when faced with such terrifying power, anyone could choose to betray you. And so Hunter Sung Jin-Woo flipped the sword, changing its position in his hand, and then launched an attack on Rasaka. But luck was not on his side. Rasaka struck him on the back with her tail, sending Hunter Sung Jin-Woo crashing into the wall. As if to demonstrate her overwhelming strength, Rasaka didn't follow up with another attack. But Hunter Sung Jin-Woo refused to give up. He rose to his feet once more, and from the look in his eyes it was clear he was hungry for more power. Then Rasaka attacked him again. But after skillfully dodging her strikes, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo delivered a precise counterattack. However, despite his efforts, he still couldn't pierce her scales. But still, compared to the enormous statue in the double dungeon, this monster was nothing. It didn't inspire nearly as much terror as that boss had. Gathering his thoughts, he launched another attack on Rasaka, desperately trying to pierce her scales once more. But Rasaka responded with a sharp and swift counterattack of her own. However, even after losing his sword, he didn't hesitate. He grabbed Rasaka with his bare hands. He didn't seize her as if to choke her, nor did he use such force that she struck the ceiling of the room. But in her struggle to free herself, Rasaka tried everything she could to shake Hunter Sung Jin-Woo off. And from the expression on his face, it was clear her attempts were not entirely in vain. But Hunter Sung Jin-Woo was not going to give up so easily. He tightened his grip on Rasaka even harder. As a result, Rasaka began to take significant damage and was already starting to spit blood. After that, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo continued to squeeze with all the strength he had without letting us witness the final moments of their battle. We are then taken to the hospital, where a doctor and a young woman seated at the administrative desk are discussing Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. They mention that he has almost fully recovered and will be discharged soon. In response, the doctor remarks that top-ranked hunters are quite wealthy while the weaker ones can barely earn anything. He admits he doesn't understand why the weak hunters continue to risk their lives despite the odds. The doctor adds that the injuries hunters sustain after raids are often horrific. In particular, they arrive in such a condition that any ordinary person would have already died by now. In response, the girl expresses her curiosity and asks how they manage to stay alive. The doctor emphasizes that it's due to the strength they gain upon awakening. It's what allows them to survive injuries that would be fatal to normal people. And so the scene shifts back to the place where Hunter Sung Jin-Woo and the dungeon boss Rasaka had just fought. The thick fog hanging in the air makes it difficult to see what became of Hunter Sung Jin-Woo.